So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all on a Saturday night. My goodness. Already got a hopping, rockin', rolling side chat out there. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Good to see y'all. Oh, my goodness. And I thought, we'll throw up a little verse of the week just to, hopefully maybe inspire somebody. But anyway, the verse of the week this week is going to be Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So a lot of power in those words. So anyway, go check that out, and hopefully that'll help inspire you as much as it does me a lot of times when I'm kind of up against the wall or whatever sometimes. But anyway, we got a awesome group of people in the green room, and let's go ahead and start bringing them out here. And up first, hopefully this connection works really good because he is not in this country right now. And anyway, we'll just give it a try, see if we can make this connection. Cooter put like extra tinfoil on the antennas and everything, so hopefully we can reach all the way to Mexico. What's going on, Hasbro?
Hey, good to be with you, Hillbilly. Good to be with you all tonight. You're right, side chat's already rolling. That's awesome. And so I'm staying away from the water, staying away from fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, and I haven't got ill yet, so it's a good start.
All right, that's awesome, buddy. Yeah. Well,
I feel like singing the Jimmy Buffett songs,
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got some of those burritos and tacos and stuff in the mail for the green room, but I hadn't seen anybody go, munching on them yet that you sent. So
I just figured if I ate anything in the green room, I could eat anything in Mexico. It didn't quite work that way, though.
Yeah, thanks for doing the COD on those too. I mean, they got it covered.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, yeah. There's a little smell, but some air freshener that took care of it. That shipping. It took a while to get up here, but yeah. Well, good to see you, buddy.
They just don't light a match.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for being here, buddy. Always appreciate you. And next we got JH586. Jamie, how you doing this evening, brother?
Better than I deserve, man. Hope you are. Thanks for having me, man. Always look forward to hanging out for a little bit with y'all on Saturday night. I generally have to go get ready for church, but yeah, man. Thank you.
Well, good to have you here. Always look forward to having you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Well, all righty. Thank you so much. And up next, we have the most comfortable man on YouTube, Mr. Mark Thomas. How you doing tonight, buddy? He must have ate some of them burritos. I literally thought he was messing with us, but he's not. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's let Mark rest a little bit here. Like we just talked to him a few minutes ago. He's definitely the most comfortable man on YouTube. No doubt about that. So, anyway, Moondog.
Hey, how are you?
Buddy?
Yeah, I am.
I literally thought Mark was joking with us.
It Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either way.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm glad to be here.
So you're doing all right, buddy?
Much better than last week. I spent the whole week pretty much recovering from some respiratory bug. Had a sore throat and was out of it, and slowly it sort of propagated to the rest of the family. So my daughter just got it finally after like so many days. But I was hoping that she would avoid it. But everybody else in the family had gotten sick like a day or two after I did, so they're recovering. But she just told me she had a sore throat yesterday. But otherwise, we're doing all right, and we're looking forward to Mother's Day tomorrow. Though she'll probably stay. My daughter will probably stay home, but we'll take my wife out for Mother's Day.
Yeah. Well, glad you're doing better. Hate to hear that your daughter's not feeling good now, though. Doggone it.
Yeah, and we're not going to be able to take my mother-in-law out for Mother's Day because she doesn't want to get sick from any of us either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At some point, especially, when you reach a certain age, it's like, is it worth getting sick? And so, no doubt, buddy. Well, appreciate you being here, Moondog, as always. Well,
so who else we got hot?
Do what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who else we got for the panel today?
Oh yeah, we got up next. We got Garage Guy 879. How you doing tonight, Garage Guy?
I'm doing really well. It's been a good week. It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody over there in the side chat. Mike, it's Saturday night, my friend. Let's have some fun.
Oh yeah, you betcha. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Well, thank you for being here, Garage Guy. Appreciate you, brother. And up next, we got your favorite gizzard and mine, Mr. Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, glad to have you. Glad to have you. So, before we get into, a few topics or whatever, I thought, which Moondog kind of told his there a little bit what he's doing tomorrow, and but this is Mother's Day weekend, and so like today, my sister and brother-in-law, they live down in Oklahoma, and so they come up today, and we kind of had Mother's Day for my mother because my brother-in-law's mother lives in Wichita, Kansas, so they're going there tomorrow. So, but anybody got any plans for Mother's tomorrow?
Well, I'm calling my mother from Mexico.
Calling from Mexico.
Actually, I called her tonight because I'm going to be traveling with a Mexican family to go to church with them tomorrow. So it's going to be really remote. And it'll be all in Spanish, and it'll be interesting, but I won't be able to probably get on her. So I called her today.
Catholic church?
No, it's not. No.
Well, I mean, the reason I asked is just, I think isn't Mexico?
Well, it's predominantly Catholic.
Yeah. But there's a Protestant and there's a Iglesia Cristo, and I mean, just like everywhere else. But
well, I'd heard a story one time that the back in the day during the American-Mexican War, that Americans offered free citizenship to Irish that was willing to come here and fight for America. And as they were down there fighting, they learned that the Mexican side were Catholic, and they switched sides and started fighting for Mexico. And that's supposed to be a true story from what I understand.
Oh, I believe it. I'd believe that story.
And I heard that there's like a town or whatever, an area in Mexico that is like Irish, like, from back then. Like they all kind of, settled in a town after the war and stuff. And so
There's a
but
little enclaves in Mexico that are they're very European. I had a classmate whose family is German,
yeah.
and they spoke a mix of Mexican and German at home. So I thought that was unusual.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though. I mean, oh my goodness. Well, we have a great side chat out there, and I want to let them know, and also everybody on the panel, if you type in hashtag HBN129, that will get you entered in tonight's giveaway. And we will be giving away the multicolored skinny knife tonight. So, make sure you get typed in there and get entered in that. And so, yeah, appreciate each and every one of you. And we have, if you guys remind me, please, we'll do the first topic for tonight, and then we'll call out that awesome side chat out there. So we'll give everybody plenty of time to get on here. And so my first two topics are kind of similar in a way. This first one is some caliber ammo, Pacific caliber, costs more than others. Does that have an impact of you not owning like a certain firearm just because of the price of that caliber, when you go to buy it and stuff? And so, anyway, we'll just start out with Moondog, and we'll work our way across and back up. And
So I've definitely avoided some calibers just because I don't want to get into paying more for buying it. I would, and the one that comes to mind is that I do currently own. I don't shoot as much 45 just because it is much more expensive to shoot. And one of the reasons why I like shooting rimfire is because I can get all my practice in at pennies a shot. So that's always that's the excuse I have anyway.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I think it definitely can make a difference. And real quick, I want to shout out Abigail out there. She's been a member for 19 months. Thank you very much, Abby.
Hey.
That's awesome. Appreciate that milestone there. And how about you, Garage Guy? When you got those collections of revolvers that you got, that's really awesome. Does that make a difference?
Yes, it certainly does. There for a while, I carried my Glock 32 Gen 3, which is chambered in 357 SIG. I love that round. But the last time I went to a gun shop and saw a box of 50 rounds, it was $67. And I'm like, nope.
Oh, yeah.
So
let's try not to talk price on here, but yeah, that's okay.
Tamales.
Yeah. Tacos.
I apologize. Anyway, I've been carrying my Shield Plus since prices went up on that ammo, and yeah, it makes a difference. The prices do. I'm not a reloader. I do want to start getting into it, but until then, I gotta be economical about it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I want to shout out Giz Gary out there in Milestone Chat. He's been a member for 20 months. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Well, how about you, Gary? I do know you kind of got a very common, but I mean, it's been common throughout the years, but I know you got a firearm recently that you had to look just a little bit, but you did find the ammo for it. And
for the 30 super carry?
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to be that much money. You're not talking millions of dollars or anything like that. So, doesn't bother me.
Didn't bother you? All right.
No. It's not like I'm going to go to the range with it every 2 weeks, If I was going to be competing with it and going through a lot, then yeah, it'd be a big deal. But I just basically want assurance of function and stuff like that at the range, and then it's just going to be a matter of, carry ammo. So
awesome. Well, good stuff. And anyway, Jamie, we'll go up to you, but you want to count us down? We do have a sighting out there.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey, Mario!
Hey, Mario! All righty. Good to see you out there, Mario, as well as everybody else, buddy. So, Jamie, I do know you reload, but, even with that, does the, hard to find or pricing of ammo, does that make any difference on, like, what you're looking for, maybe, your next purchase or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's got to. I think not so much price as availability. You don't want to. I mean, there's certain rounds and certain firearms that are very collectible and very expensive to buy the firearm. And if you're going to shoot it, you're going to have to reload for it because they don't make it anymore. Top of the list for me would be 4440. I would love to have a nice revolver and a lever gun in 4440, but you can't even get the brass until somebody like Starline makes a run for it. But it goes, for me, this topic goes way back. When I graduated from high school, I wanted to get myself a gun for my graduation present. So I bought a Marlin 336, and I was looking at Winchesters, and I decided I wanted a Marlin so I could mount a scope on the top. And I didn't want a 30-30 because everybody had a 30-30, so I bought a 35 Remington. And at the time, you could get 30-30 ammo was $10 a box, and 35 Remington was $15 a box. So life clicks on, you go on about your business, and you don't shoot a whole lot when you're raising kids, So I decided to get back in deer hunting. I sent a buddy over to get some 35 Remington ammo. And at that particular time, you could buy 270 Winchester and 30-06 for like anywhere from $16 to $20 a box. And that 35 Remington was $33.83.
We probably be careful with these prices, though.
Long time ago. I'm sorry, man. You said that. And I'm old, and I'm talking about a long time ago. These aren't current prices anymore.
Yeah, that's what happened to Chad's stream 2 weeks ago. I was talking about old prices.
So anyway, the price was such a difference that I decided I was going to buy a 30-06. And it was also so much difference that I decided I wasn't buying anymore, and I was not going to stop shooting that gun. So I started reloading and casting and this, that, and the other. I absolutely love the cartridge 35 Remington. It's a deer slaying machine, and
Mm-hmm.
That and 270 Winchester is undoubtedly my favorite two deer hunting calibers, deer hunting cartridges. But I've talked too much.
No, I mean you're not talking too much at all. But yeah, that's and it's nice to hear like the reloader side of it too, because um, like you said, sometimes it's even hard to find the brass for certain stuff, even though you might reload and cast your own bullets. So.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good
And I
stuff.
recommend y'all do the same.
Oh yeah, I'm building up for it, getting close. So, all right. How about you, Hasbro?
Well, there's three on my list, and two I've shot, and the other one is he's in the jailhouse now, but that's for you, Hillbilly. But the two I've shot are 338 Lapua Magnum and 378 Weatherby Magnum, and both of those right now are about 7.5 units. Let me see what they are. A shell. And the other one is the 408 Shytech. That's the one, if I built a custom rifle, I'd really like to have, because it's a true mile and a half rifle.
I've heard a lot of
Whereas
good stuff about this
338 starts to run out, and the Shytech's good supersonic to 2,200 yards.
thing. Wow.
And that is just cool to me if I ever got into extreme long range. But that is almost twice that other. So you have to reload for those. They're just crazy expensive, all three of those. I'd just never own a gun like that, and that's why I haven't built a 338 Lapua, or I haven't bought a 378 Weatherby. Shot them both. They're fun, but yeah, I'm not going to go down that road yet, because they're fun, but they're way too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, I do know, like, they're kind of like Moondog was talking about a while ago. I don't even think I have a video out with my 1911 with 45s, just because I don't want to have to replace those. I mean, I will do a video but almost the same way with my 10 millimeter and 300 blackout. And I mean, it's literally the only reason I don't have a 5.7 right now is because I looked at the pricing and stuff like that, and I'm like, I might just instead get another firearm that I already have ammo for, and I know it's not going to cost me a bunch of money, even though I find it pretty cool little round and stuff. But yeah, 410s. Oh my goodness. Yeah, who would have thought in a day 410 shotgun shell?
Well, it's like 16 gauge. That was a
Yeah.
classic caliber, and trying to find them now.
Yeah. And I do have several, spent shells of the 410s and 16s and 20s, so I can reload them. Just because when we're out shooting and stuff, I see somebody shooting that, and I'm like, do you want those holes? They're like, no, and I'm like, can I have them? And they're like, yeah, go right ahead. So yeah, I got some trash bag, full of some of that stuff, and so you betcha. Yeah, for me, 30-30, like Dale's talking out there, I think every hillbilly, dang there in the mountains, about everybody has 30-30 lever action. But when it comes on the shelf, they buy it. And so it's hard to get around here. I know in some places, people I've talked to, friends, that lives in different parts of the country, like, oh, we got 30-30. And I'm like, as soon as it hits the shelf around here, somebody buys it. And, it's not something that they like get a big shipment of like maybe 223, 556, they don't get a big shipment of 30-30 in most usually. So, Yeah. Tommy Boy says he got about 1,000 410 holes. And yeah. But yeah, it does make a difference for me, and it probably shouldn't, but it does. And so anyway, Jamie, would you like to call out the side chat? And also, guys, I'm gonna put this banner back up along across the bottom real quick. Make sure you get your hashtags in. Hashtag HBN for Hillbilly Nation. 129. This is the 129th show. Man, I didn't know if we get past show 1 or 2 because I must usually start them out muted. But here we are, almost 130 shows going on here. So, appreciate Hillbilly Nation. You guys rock for showing up every Saturday night just to do it again. And I always said, as long as everybody shows up and we have fun, we'll just keep this thing going as long as we can. So, anyway, appreciate each and every one of you. What should we have everybody type out in the side chat so Jamie can call them out on the YouTubes?
Mom
for Mother's Day. That sounds great. Type out mom. I assume we'll take mamaw, mother,
Easy, buddy. You ain't the one's got to read all this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I like Hasbro. Mom loves 270 Winchester. Yeah. Okay. Let me get back up here to the start.
Yeah, Jamie hates it when we stall and he gets way behind.
Yeah, they go off the page, but I got a mouse, never fear. So
I see a mutter out there. Mutter?
Easy now. Gizzard Gary was in first. He's on the panel and in the side chat. Moondog Reviews was a close second. Southern Rifle. That's a hashtag. That ain't a mom, but he's out there anyway. So there you go. Dale Pogue's out there. Tommy Boy, Alaska One, Andy, Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy, Ozzy Orsborn, who made me this awesome holster. Thank you, bud. My brother Bama Dad's out there. Smoking Joe's out there. Hasbro Mom Loves 270 Winchester. Abigail Finnegan's out there. Good to see you, Abigail. R4 Mississippi Thunder. David Duff, Garage Guy 879. He's down there in the panel and in the side chat. Denny's Plant-Based Journey. There's Southern Rifle with his mom. Dick, good to see you, buddy. Mr. Bob, Chasing Ghosts. Ron 2A Matters. Jason Mahoy. Ronald Eastman. Fuku YT. Chasing Ghost. M. Gabriel, J Delta 22NC, and I think we are caught up for the moment.
All right.
Thank all y'all for tuning in this evening, spending some time with us. We appreciate all y'all.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you for shouting them out, Jamie. And yeah, make sure if you can't go visit your mom, make sure you at least give her a call or something. Wish her happy Mother's Day because, I can't even think about having to be responsible for myself the way my mom would, raising me, and so never an easy job at all. A lot of times mothers are the backbone of the family. And so, they don't have NASCAR races, this weekend because, the good old boys, started way long ago. They're like, we can't race on Mother's Day weekend,
They're all scared of their moms.
Yeah, we gotta go see our mom, or whatever, And, lot of respect to the sport, for that. It's like, yeah, family,
They want my respect. They can take Easter off.
I agree with you there.
You'll work on Easter, but you won't on Mother's Day. What's wrong with this picture?
Hey,
Exactly.
I see. By the way, I see Gizzard's post out there. Gizzard, I feel for you. I appreciate every day I have my mom because the last 3 years she almost died, and we've been blessed with 3 more. So I feel for
Thank you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, my condolences, brother. I still have my mom, and I'm 62 years old. And, the Lord
God bless her.
continues to bless. Yeah, she's 83.
My mom lived to be 95, so I really can't
Oh,
complain.
wow.
I got lots of years with her.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's a nice long life right there. My goodness.
Yep.
What's your?
Yeah, we got Mark back. How you doing, brother?
Oh, all right.
All righty.
I got to get me one of those chairs, Mark. That's all there is to it.
I want to know if you fell out of the chair and hit the electrical cord.
Nope. No, I sink into this thing perfectly. I don't fall out at all.
Oh my goodness. Yes, and also I want to say thanks to praying mamas and grandmas too. I think that's what gets us all through our rough times, especially as youngsters and especially after we leave the house. Oh my goodness.
Our condolences, Fluffy.
Yes. Yeah, man. So Mark, a while ago the topic we was talking about is some calibered ammo is more expensive or harder to find than others, and does that have an impact of like when you're looking to buy a new firearm, are you taking that in consideration?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I'll buy a firearm just because I've gotten some ammunition that I don't have that firearm yet. Sounds kind of dumb.
Yeah.
It happens.
No, not at all. Especially if you get a good
Mhm.
price. That's actually very forward thinking of you.
And a lot of my firearms are kind of older, and some things are a little bit obscure that it's hard to find ammo for. And
Yeah.
that's actually why I started reloading in the first place, was for 32 caliber revolvers, old ones, 32 Smith & Wesson. That was the first thing I got, just so that I could feed them, so that I could shoot them.
Yeah. Awesome.
You like that 41 Magnum too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that.
That's hard to feed. And I have another barrel for that contender. It's a 357 Harriet, and you're not going to find ammo for that. You almost have to make it for yourself.
Yeah. Well, the next topic kind of runs on the first question, which a lot of us have already kind of answered over into this, but I think I asked actually Mark this question here about shopping for firearms. The last topic was some calibers cost more than others. The impact of you not owning a certain firearm because of the caliber, and so this kind of bleeds on over to that. You shop for the price, or you shop for firearms based on the price, or maybe hard to find ammo that you already have. And so I think a lot of us has probably answered that, but if anybody has anything else they want to add to that, please feel free to go ahead and say so.
A real good friend of mine at school, longtime friend, his brother passed away, and he gave me his shotgun reloading press, a RCBS reloading press, a couple other things, and he gave me a box of 30 3220
Oh yeah.
ammunition, and it's a little more than a half a box, and I think there's one round that wouldn't be usable because the projectile's been pushed down in. I'm gonna have to pull that one out just to fix it. But there's a pistol at a local shop that I've been watching, and it's priced way more than it should be. It's pretty old. It's being sold as is, so. But I'm thinking about buying that one just so that I have something that would be 3220.
Yeah, and that's a good reason to buy a new firearm. Is like, well, look, honey, I have this ammo, but I don't have anything to shoot it from, and so, I really, should get, something that'll shoot this. Yeah.
3220, yeah, that's hard to find now. Smoking Joe over there in the side chat, his dad has a Smith & Wesson 3220, and I did a video on it. It's only about 2.5 minutes, but good grief, the thing had about 60,000 views on it.
Wow.
And anyhow, yeah, that ammo is hard to find, but that revolver had the best hammer and trigger action of any revolver I've ever shot.
Oh wow.
And like I said, the research on it, figured it was made around 1912. That thing,
cool.
It's held up well over the years. I'd love to
Wow.
find some 3220, and me and Smoking Joe do another video on it.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and George C. Connection, Jamie shared a picture of an old Marlin that all the balloon was gone off of it, lever action rifle. But I was like, man, that's just party. That's just, I would love to have that.
Mike, there's a local gun shop, maybe about 15 miles from me, that has a Marlin lever action Chamberton 3220. And
Really?
yeah, and the guy that runs the shop told me, he said, from what he thinks, it was made back in the early 80s. It looks good, but that price is up there.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. But that would be a very, very cool lever action to have. No doubt about that.
It'd be very hard to find, especially around this area.
Yeah.
Or any area, probably.
Yeah, and I think we just had William Hall jump in, so he missed a shout out earlier. So hey, William, good to have you on here, brother. My goodness. Oh, so we're gonna move on to the next topic, but I just got thinking about this, about Mother's Day, and I thought, since we kind of had ours today, it just popped in mind. It's like, so is there any like foods or desserts that maybe, remember or whatever, like, during Mother's Day that you guys had or something? Because, we all have that with like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. And so my mom every year, she don't ask for much, nothing, at all. And of course, we always have a get together and have some food. But she asked me if I'll make strawberry shortcake. And the reason is because I use like my granny's old recipe, the shortcake and stuff, making that. And so basically it's kind of rolled out on a cookie sheet, kind of like a pie, like a pie crust, but you roll it out, a good half-inch thick, and then you just put it in the oven, and of course you could do different, you could do like spoon drops or whatever, but there's sugar in there in that dough, so that also, like you can just grab the shortcake by itself, and eat it, and it's just sweet and like fluffy and flaky and all that. So I was just wondering, like, is there anything else that anybody, kind of brings you back to, like, oh, that dessert or this or that really brings you back to Mother's Day, kind of tradition or something?
My mom loves red velvet cake.
Oh, good stuff.
I despise it, but she loves it. So, we try to humor her. Yeah. That's always makes me think of my mom. I don't care for it. I mean, despise is a strong word, but I'm not.
Well, I do like red velvet cake and German chocolate cake.
Ooh, I don't like German chocolate either.
But I almost, if I remember right, that might be why you don't like red velvet, because that is basically a colored German chocolate, right?
No, it's with the German chocolate, it's the coconut.
Oh
yeah, the coconut. Okay, but I'm just talking about the cake itself. Yeah,
and the flavor of coconut I'm fine with, but that
combination
ground up coconut, the texture is just.
That's what my wife hates. And the funniest thing is, she had a birthday several years ago, and my mother-in-law bought her a coconut cake covered in it. She forgot my wife hates it, so I could eat the whole thing. It was awesome.
Thanks, Mom.
Hey, Tim S out there with a cherry cake, and William with a Black Forest chocolate.
Now, Black Forest chocolate cake, that is to die for. That's some count right there.
Dale says Mom made a chocolate cake that is so moist it doesn't need frosting. Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's called a brownie.
Grandma Dad says his mom loved a pie called banana nut pie. Got Southern Rifle out there, chicken pot pie. Mom's was the best.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a mom who's a really good cook and a good baker. So every time I've tried to, there's no way I can make something that is better than hers. But also I can't buy anything because every time I buy something and bring it over to her, she always goes, I could do this. So there's no winning with my mom for Mother's Day.
This is what you tell her. But you didn't have to, Mom. And you know what else? You don't have to clean up the mess.
I could.
Yeah. We got Denny out there with Italian cream cake. I've not had that before. Maybe that's something I need to check into.
Yeah, you do.
And Andy Jacob says any kind of chocolate cake is excellent. Yeah. Yeah, I make basically a zucchini chocolate cake. That's amazing. Oh, brownies. Yeah, definitely.
Tim S, back in the 70s, we made special brownies.
Why stop in the 70s? Now you can get it legally.
Absolutely, you can. You just any gas station now. It's scary, dude. I mean,
In a vending machine.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm like, are y'all kidding me?
Yeah, Agorizer out there with tuxedo cake, and I always had Randy K jump in. Hey, buddy, good to have you. And
So,
My mother
my mom makes a pecan chess pie from a recipe from the 1880s. Ooh, man, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Pineapple upside down cake. I like those upside down or right side up, either one.
Right.
Those are good.
I've
Oh
got
man,
a
I haven't had one of
recipe.
those in forever.
I got a recipe. It's in Justin Wilson's homegrown cookbook. It's called Pineapple Downside Up Cake. And it's simple and it's really good. Really good.
My
So-
mother liked angel food cake. I'd go get her one, and she'd have this. She had this big glass. She'd fill it full of milk, and get a slice of that cake and just dunk it down in that milk and let it soak.
Yep. That's how we eat cornbread around here for dessert.
Yeah, y'all put sugar in it. That's an abomination before a holy God, I'm telling you. This is the thing. Back in the in the 80s, there were two cakes that were all the rage on all the cooking shows. And one of them was called Death by Chocolate Cake. Have y'all
Yep.
remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yep.
Then there was one called Better Than Sex Cake.
Yeah.
And it got to be
I
Christmas.
disagreed with that one, but yeah.
I've been married long enough. I don't know what that means.
Exactly, me too. So
That cake did last longer than 10 seconds. So yeah.
You're going back to Al Bundy, ain't you?
Yeah.
We were talking about Christmas. We were talking about cakes we were going to make, and my mother asked me. My mother, tomorrow's Mother's Day. She asked me, "Have you ever heard of that Better Than Sex Cake, Jamie?" I'm like, "I've heard of it." And she said, "Well, it ain't." So, yeah, I turned about 4 shades of red on that one. Mother, shut your mouth. You can think that, but you don't say that to your own flesh and blood son out here in front of God. And this is the same woman that brags about, my son was in church before he was 3 weeks old. Like that. I'm like, what happened, Mom? What happened?
Oh my goodness.
I know.
But yeah, besides the desserts, I think over the years, like even like back when we go to my grandmother's for Mother's Day, there's been a lot of chicken and dumplings for this weekend, or a fish fry, because it being in the spring, sometimes like the suckers, which is a fish, they come up in the creeks. You know, if the weather's good, you get them as early as Mother's Day. So, some fresh fish and catfish. Sometimes we just do like a fry, hush puppies, morel mushrooms, fish. Sometimes we just have basically a big fry on Mother's Day. But
Well, we're supposed to have cookout tomorrow, and they got rain forecast.
oh no.
We're going over to my sister's at 2, and my mom's staying over there. But yeah, we're supposed to have a cookout, and it's supposed to start raining at 4. So we're going to dig in fast. We're going to get the grill going as quick as we get there, and hopefully the Lord will hold the rain off until all that.
Well, I will say this: my brother-in-law smoked a pretty big brisket. Started yesterday and brought that up today, and it was good. He timed it just right, so on the drive up here, it was wrapped and in the cooler. And so, yeah, that a lot of that can be big processes, smoking it, wrapped in butcher paper and stuff, and then putting it back on, and putting it in the cooler and letting it rest. But yeah, it turned out amazing.
That's the key, is the resting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wrap mine in aluminum foil when I smoke meat.
Mm-hmm.
Same process. You're just stopping the bark, right? You're not letting it burn on the outside and it still be raw on the inside. And then,
Yeah. Yep. His was really good. It had a nice smoke ring, but the smoke wasn't overpowering by any means, and it was tender. He did a wonderful job. And I guess we can talk about prices of food, but the last one he brought up and was Christmas, and he said it's the same weight as the one, roughly the one he bought for today. He said at Christmas time it is $85 for a beef brisket, and he said the one he bought the other day for today was down to $56. So hopefully that's a good sign for all of us.
My brother-in-law, for the last several years, does a prime rib on the smoker at Christmas.
Oh,
$300.
oh yeah.
You don't make very many mistakes at $300.
No. Nope. We've done some of them prime ribs, and yeah, they're expensive, but my goodness, they're amazing. We also had Block 9 jump in and M. Gabriel. I don't remember if M. Gabriel's in there earlier. Anyway, welcome him and Block 9, and I don't remember if Tommy Boy's in here earlier, so hopefully we didn't miss anybody. We called out the side chat earlier. Man, Tommy Boy says brisket is my least favorite.
What?
I can understand that.
Yeah, and Levi McReynolds, welcome. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of people jumping in there. I can't pronounce that. Cherish from Germany.
Parzival.
Well, good to see you, buddy. And we also have Richard Denny in here. Good to see you. From North Carolina, Richard says. My goodness, yeah, it's good to see some new faces in here. Or I say faces, I guess names, but we sure appreciate y'all jumping in. And yeah, for those of you new, we talk about guns. We talk about food. We talk about whatever here, because it's guns, beer, and therapy. If you like to have beer and relax or something while you're watching this, then awesome. Don't have to. But anyway, the whole deal is about this show is just hopefully everybody can have a good time. We can have topics that everybody can throw their 2 cents in, and they're fun topics, hopefully, for everybody, where we can just have a good time and forget about everything that's going on around us for a little bit anyhow. And okay, M. Gabriel says he's here since the beginning. Now I gotta leave. Good night, buddy.
Not
good.
Yeah. Ozzy
And if it goes off, nobody gets too upset.
Yeah. So earlier we were talking about music a little bit. They weren't talking about music. They were talking about Metallica. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So you mentioned Wichita, Kansas. Hillbilly. And one of my favorite all-time songs is Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell.
Definitely.
I dare all of you to do what Gizzard Gary was talking about earlier. Get your earphones and look up Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. And there's one in particular where he's playing it live for PBS, and he's got a full orchestra with him. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you a song that I've been enjoying lately that came back out in the 70s during the CB radio craze was a Convoy by
Oh
C.W.
yeah.
Hall. And there's another guy that did a remake of that song, and the video is like he's sitting in jail explaining to the police, what everything happened. I can't remember that fellow's name, but the video's on YouTube and it's really good.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
And that is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, definitely good. No doubt about that.
I think all of us, except maybe Moondog's, old enough that we lived through that CB radio craze back in the day.
Oh, I remember that. I wanted a CB in the car.
Oh yeah, 8 tracks and CBs.
Yeah.
Here's something. Jamie, what was your handle on CB?
I was going to say, what was everybody's handle?
I can't even remember.
Young Beard.
Georgia Panther or something like that. Yeah, Panther.
Mine was Oatmeal because of the Frosty the Snowman cartoon. When those little kids first built Frosty before he come to life, the kids said, "What should we name him?" And one of those little kids said, "Let's call him Oatmeal." And that seemed to stick.
Oh, man.
It might just stick again now. Thanks.
Well, mine, since I was racing motorcycles like at a very, very young age. Like I'm talking probably 6, 7 years old, and they didn't make little bitty motorcycles back then. Like they do nowadays. And so anyway, as growing up, as there's CBs, I don't know, for some reason that's just what they started, like my family started calling me on there or whatever for the handle is Michael Cycle. So yeah. So we got Ron Wayne out there. Hey, buddy, good to have you here. And
I like Ozzy's Wiggle Watcher.
There you go.
Yeah.
Running Man. Good stuff.
Yeah. Friend of mine, his was it's funny some of these names, but his was Puddle Jumper. And
we had a puddle jumper.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
And then I remember one of my uncles, he had blonde hair and they called him Cotton Top.
Something to think about though, and Abigail said CB is a good investment if you're driving 18-wheelers. Think about this. If we have a collapse of society or whatever you want to call it, your cell phone ain't going to work. They're going to knock down cell towers pretty quick and power out to them. So, yeah, if you can, I was going to bring that up. Tell us about that.
There you go. Get say again.
These things are like, some of them got a range of 1,400 miles now. Did I hear that correctly, Gizzard?
Yep. Baofeng.
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, if you can get to a repeater, they might.
Yeah, I know 1,400 miles. That's crazy. That's like.
But yeah, they're real handy to have for sure. And in an emergency, you don't even have to have a license to use them. But it does behoove yourself to at least learn how. But expensive? No, it's not an expensive hobby to get into at all, really. So.
I remember back in the day when my grandfather was still living, this was late 60s, early 70s, you had to have some kind of license for a CB, and they gave you some kind of, I don't know, ID thing, or because it would be like KBU 7673, my granddaddy would say, and after right before he'd get done talking. And then he told me probably a few months before he passed away that he didn't have to do that no more. I don't know if it was a state thing or a FCC thing or what.
It was FCC, but after a certain point, they dropped the requirement for a license. But yeah, back in the 70s, you had to have a license to be on CB radio.
Right.
Yeah, especially if you had a home base at a linear to come over everybody's TVs and radios. Anytime you keyed it up.
Yeah, on certain nights. I only live 1 mile from Interstate 81 here in Virginia. And I remember a lot of nights, especially if it was kind of overcast, we had the TV and the antenna, and the CB radio would come over the TV. We'd be sitting there hearing people's conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have a base unit and antenna. They're not up, right now, but I mean, it wouldn't take me very long to put up, and with the old golden, what they called the lollipop, mic that sat on the desk, and you had the key on the side. And, but I do still I got CB and my truck, a couple, my Suburban. I still have a CB in my Camaro that I put in when I was like 15, 16 years old, and it's got the magnet antenna on the trunk lid. And I just never took them out. I mean, it's like they're there, they work if I need them. Why take them out? And but yeah, those radios like Gizzard and Moo and some of them have those. I really would like to get one of those. That's a pretty cool setup and not expensive either.
Yeah, you can get them right on Amazon.
Yeah, and not expensive. So
walkie-talkies were a lot of fun too back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I just bought a set of Harley Davidson walkie-talkies on a Facebook Live auction guy I work with had, and I got to get a couple of 9-volt batteries and make sure they work. They were practically new.
Yeah. Headshot and running back. That's funny. That's awesome. Yeah. Now, when my uncle, for his excavating business, they had private channel radios, just like the police and stuff use, which you had to have a license and all that. And those were really nice. And, of course, that was way back before cell phones. So, I mean, they really come in handy, being able to talk to dump truck drivers, from like the guys sitting on the equipment, and stuff like that, be able to, talk to them. Because before that, we used CBs, but, if we got so many hills here and stuff, if he's down in the holler working, you'd have to go all the way up top of the hill, to get out with the CB, so.
Yeah, CB's really progressed. I mean, back in the day, you had to add something called crystals to add extra channels. And then after that, they were mostly 23 channel radios, and then they went up to 40 channels. And around here, the emergency channel was channel 9.
Yeah.
And the truck driving channel, I don't know if it was nationwide or what, was mostly channel 19.
Yeah. And I think 19 and 9, like, if you strand alongside the road, you could always switch over to 9 to hopefully get a hold of a police officer or emergency vehicle.
Yeah.
And then.
My granddaddy had one of those big whip antennas. He'd mounted on a side bed of his truck, and that thing was huge. He'd have to keep it tied down.
Yeah.
But sometimes he'd let it up. That thing must have been 6 foot long.
Well, I had a CJ5 Jeep Of course, it was raised up and big wide tires on it, but with stock tires, a CJ5 Jeep would load up in the back of a full-size pickup truck, drive over the fender wells and load up. I mean, they were, smaller and then the 7s. But anyway, I had a whip antenna on that mounted to the back bumper that come around and tied, basically hooked onto the front bumper.
Mm-hmm.
And if you was down in the hollers or whatever, really need to get out, you could unhook that and stand it straight up. And yeah, big old whoop antenna. And
my little green Jeep, that YJ 94, has about a 6-foot antenna on it and CB radio in it. I set that up just because one of our local places, a local park, if you want to go drive there, you have to have a CB in your rig.
Oh, wow. That's nice. That's cool, though. Like you have an emergency.
Anytime we're out there on the highway and want to be able to, see what's going on for a traffic jam or something like that. It works.
Yeah. Ron Wayne says 20 seltzer cans stacked up makes a good antenna. Oh, my goodness. So we're going to be doing a giveaway here in a little bit. And especially for people that's new in here, if you don't know, scrolling across the bottom of the chat there, there's a hashtag, and it is hashtag HBN129. So if you type that in the side chat, then you will be entered in tonight's giveaway. And we are giving away a skinny knife. We've been giving away skinny knives for a long time, and they're awesome. But tonight's color is multicolor. So anyway, we've only been giving that away probably about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe, here on Hillbilly Nation. Now, the VIPs, the channel members, they've been able to kind of get their choice of this knife for a while. But yeah, Jacob just got his in. So we'll be doing that around the bottom of the hour. Yeah, Fuku got his in, and Levi. Awesome. So let's see. I think we got another topic. Oh yeah, I hope this will be kind of a fun one for everybody. When you're actually, since we're talking about CBs, and CBs go right along with vehicles, and so anyway, next topic is when looking to buy a vehicle, is it based on comfort? Is it based on gas mileage? Is it based on sports and performance? Or is it just based on four-wheel drive? And, we'll let everybody give like a couple brand name examples, of, maybe you want, there's 2 of them you want, you want this one and that one, one for work, one for play. So, anyway, this might be something you already have or something like you would just like to get, might not be able to afford it, but you'd like to get it. And, so Mark Thomas, we'll just start with you, buddy, and we'll work our way around the panel.
Well, mine's going to go back 25 or 30 years. The last two-wheel drive, actually front-wheel drive vehicle I owned, I swore that after that I will never have anything that is not four-wheel drive. And, the weather's not that terrible in Pennsylvania. Only but a couple of months a year, but I got stuck a couple of times and just, nope, never again. If it doesn't have four-wheel drive, I won't buy
it. Yeah, that's a smart thing, buddy. No doubt about that. So can I always pronounce this wrong. Can I? Yeah, Kanai Don says, I'll take one of each. So Gizzard, how about you, buddy?
Well, let's see. Last time I bought one was 3 years ago. Mostly for me, it was comfort and gas mileage was my main determining factors, but I ended up getting something that did have four-wheel drive. And although it's not something I'd use very often, it sure is nice to know it's there just in case I need it. So I think I got the best of all worlds when I picked up that Jeep Compass a few years ago. So it's been good to me.
You betcha. Comfortable, sporty, and full drive. Yeah. Awesome. Kind of like Mark with his Jeep, you know. He can like take the top off and impress all the chicks.
Yeah, see, I've been told, my daughter tells me, she said, Dad, that's not a real Jeep. But I still have ducks. I still have ducks on my dash, though. So.
Well, there you go. As long as you got dust on your dash, that's what matters.
Ducks, not dust.
And Del Poke says it depends on how many bodies will fit in the trunk.
Hey, fellas, I'm going to check out. Good night.
All right, Mark. Well,
Good night, Mark.
Anything you'd like to plug you got coming up, brother?
No, I don't know what's coming up. We'll see what happens. So, thanks. Good night.
Night, Mark.
Good night, buddy. You have a good evening. Thanks for being here.
Good
Go
night.
check out Mark Thomas. Great channel. Just does all kinds of great stuff over there, from leatherworks to, him and his son going to the airsoft fields to, shooting guns, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, so how about you, Garage Guy?
Well, I haven't had to buy a vehicle in 19 years. I've got a 2006 Chevy Colorado, four-door, two-wheel drive. Every time I'd buy a four-wheel drive, it would never snow. And then when I would sell it a week later, we'd have a big storm. But it would have to fit my needs. I like having a truck where I can haul something, and I like having the extra room of a four-door or maybe something like a club cab. So if I get anything else, I'm going to be looking for the truck, four-door, or with the club cab. And it better have a killer sound system in it too.
Based on the radio system. There you go. The sound system.
But the CD player in my Colorado quit working 3 years ago, and my favorite Kiss CD is still stuck in it. I can't get it out. So,
oh no.
Yeah, live in Las Vegas. So I'm like, well, heck, I'll just listen to the radio.
Well, some people will know this singer, and some might not. But one of my Suburbans has a cassette tape, and it's stuck in there, and it's Johnny Horton's greatest hits.
Yeah, I've heard.
I've listened to that tape for almost 20 years now. Anytime we turn the radio on.
Johnny Horton's greatest
hits.
To Alaska and Battle of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and so many more. Oh my goodness. John Paul Jones. Another good song he had, Whispering Pines. I mean, that guy just had so many great tunes out there. Oh, it's a good one to have stuck in there, I guess. But what was really funny is we took it one time to Topeka to the drag races, to the Spring Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we had we used to throw like a mattress in the very back of it, just in case somebody got tired, you can go back there and lay down, And anyway, we had younger people with us, my little brother and then my cousin, they were all like in their early 20s. They're like, man, get that out of here. Don't this thing play something else, But I tell you what, after going all the way to Topeka, Kansas, and on the way back, they were singing every one of those songs, and they absolutely loved them. Oh my goodness! But oh yeah, we got some Johnny Hortons fans out there. Oh yeah. So who we to? Moondog, we're up to you, I believe.
Well, sorry. I definitely learned the hard way that living in San Francisco, moving to San Francisco with the hills and everything, that I definitely need a 4x4, especially after a recent rain and trying to go up one of those crazy hills, like one of the ones just down the hill from us, having a front wheel drive truck, SUV, and just having it slip as I'm like waiting behind a row of a couple of other cars, and then trying to be as slow as possible in terms of applying torque to my two front wheels, and then having it slip and worrying like I'm going to hit the car behind me.
Oh no, that would be kind of a scary moment.
So
the problem is, Moondog, you get one of those after the long dry spell when all the oil's on the road.
Exactly.
Four-wheel drive won't help you. You'll just slide back.
I know. So So for when I was younger, it was all about what looks nice and what's got a big engine. But certainly nowadays it's about hauling power and space and comfort in the cab. So
you should explain to them the 3 months of rain and what happens right before that. People that don't live here don't realize how slick it gets.
Oh yeah,
really?
It doesn't rain all that much, but it does get where I'm at. I'm in the fog zone, so the roads the roads do get wet overnight. So that helps keep the buildup of just exhaust and oil and tire. But it does, as soon as it starts raining, it just slicks up, and people just don't know how to drive, especially when you got mist in their cars, and they're bad drivers to begin with, and when you got limited visibility, it just makes things worse.
Wow, I never thought about that. Even though like you don't get snow, but just the grade of the hill and stuff like that. I mean, I guess they don't allow you to turn around in the front wheel drive and back up the hill, do they?
No. It's like it feels like sometimes some of the hills are so steep you feel like your front's gonna fall back.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got a few steep hills like that, but doggone it. Yeah, I didn't even thought about that out there. So how about you, Jamie?
I just drive what I can get a hold of and keep up and drive it back and forth to work. I drive 10 miles to work and 10 miles back home. And my thing is not letting wife be stranded.
Yeah.
I've got that Harley, and I told Chasing Ghost I'm fixing to sell it. No tracks. I'm done. Cages for me from now on, Ghost. My thing's not letting the wife get stranded. I got a 14 Hyundai Elantra GT 6-speed. That's a fun little car to drive, and it really is. And then I got my old square body. I'll be fixing that up when I retire. Just give me something to do. But what I really want for my retirement truck is a Toyota Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
6-cylinder, preferably a stick shift and 4-wheel drive. That'll be my forever, rest of my life truck that I can take on hunting trips. And I don't really want a 4-door truck. I want the club cab like garage guy was talking about, Club Cap. I don't want 4 doors because I don't want my truck to become a taxi cab. You know, I mean, I hate to be that way, but I'm that way. But anyway, guys, I'm going to bid y'all good night. It's time for y'all to do the giveaway. It's time for me to go to bed and get ready for church in the morning. Man, thank y'all for having me. It tickles me that y'all put up with me.
Oh, buddy, good to always have you here. We appreciate you and enjoy you very much.
Night, Jamie.
And
Night,
we got coming up anything?
Just well, I got a video I've been needing to finish, but I've been so busy. But yeah, it's done. It's just there's a little bit more I need to do, and I just want to finish that, and then Friday nights at 8:00, Georgia Shooting Connection. Y'all check us out if you can. We appreciate it, and thank y'all again for putting up with me. And I'll catch y'all next time.
All right, buddy.
Well,
Thanks
see
a lot, man. Everybody
Good
go check out JH586 and also Georgia Shooting Connection. Always good to have you here, buddy. Appreciate him. And we just had somebody come in the back door there. We got Pat in the bunker.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I could barely see
Hey
you.
guys.
This is Pat in the tractor.
No, this is Pat in a band. I'm just on break.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to swing by and say have a good show. And sorry I can't stay too long, but just on a little break right now. And yeah, just want to pop in and say howdy to everybody and let everybody know that yeah, having a blast. So
Awesome.
I couldn't turn it down. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick pop in and say howdy. So y'all have a good show, and we'll see you guys later.
See you, Pat.
All right, Pat.
Break a leg.
Jump in saying hi, buddy. You have a good evening.
Yep, you guys too. We'll see y'all later.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. And so I think we're up to Hasbro now. I think he lost connection there earlier or something, had to come back on. So how about you, Hasbro?
Well, mine's easy. I'm not allowed to even think about it. That's what my wife tells me. She goes, I got a 2016 F-150 Platinum. She says, you can't afford a new one, or I'm not going to let you afford a new one. You put a new engine, transmission in that one. So that's all I get to look at is new engines and transmission. So that's pretty much it. But it is four-door and four-wheel drive with like everything. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and that, used to, back in the day with the older cars, that was something about it. Like you just most usually kept the older car or truck or whatever. You just put, new engine or transmission in it,
Well, this one's got the Coyote 5-liter in it, and that's what's stout motor. I'm really impressed what they do with a 302, basically, right?
Okay.
It's 400 horsepower in a 302. It's amazing.
Wow.
So.
My goodness. Yeah, my mother has one of those. I don't know if it's similar or whatever, but it's the Eco or whatever. It's the turbo.
Eco Boost, yep.
Yeah. Man.
Those are good.
Yeah, they've had pretty decent luck with it. Other than their heat and air, and all them dampers going bad, and yeah. Good night, Richard Denny. Good to have you on tonight, buddy. Good night. Says I drive beaters. He's a mechanic. Yeah, and for me, it was, starting off all about sports cars. But, I was fortunate enough that, I saved enough money, bought my Camaro, and had it when I turned 16, and I've never sold it. So I've always had at least that, Camaro. And I've always had a four-wheel drive, so either it be a truck or a Suburban, whatever. And I really like Suburbans. There's been times I've had Suburbans and not a truck, but always had like a, either a small trailer or a car trailer. For me, I'll just hook, I need to haul something. I'll just hook on the trailer, it wasn't no big deal, but, comfort, is nice too. And so, yeah, never, I don't think I've ever owned anything that I've drove personally. Now, maybe my wife has, that it's got any better than probably 18 miles a gallon. I mean, at the best, going downhill, in neutral on a Sunday or something, so, it's just, it is nice. We've had a few cars my wife's drove or whatever that got, upper 30s, maybe lower 40 mile a gallon. And, it was really nice not to have to spend that money. But I guess I have had some work trucks or something. I say a work truck, something I just drove back and forth to work, a beater, like a, $300 or $500 Datsun pickup, that just, had a 4-cylinder in it. Now I have had some of those, basically, I mean, I, just drive to work and back and that's it. And, so, but I have had some of those, but I guess that's really been the only ones. But others living in Southwest Virginia out there. Chad Kelly's out there too. Good to see you. And Foxtrot. I hope we didn't miss anybody. Between and Helping Man. I don't know if he's in there earlier. I see him out there. We called out side chat earlier, and there's been several people jump in since we've had side chat. So anyway, I apologize if I missed you. But anyway, let's get ready. Let's give some away. So let me change the banner down below, and it's got the hashtag in it. So this is the hashtag you will want to put in the side chat. Hashtag HBN129. And this is what we're going to be giving away tonight. This is a skinny knife. This is the multicolor. It is a flipper knife. It does have the pocket clip on it right there. A hole for a lanyard. Some people call this a glass breaker. 2 Live Moo informed me that it is an icebreaker for your mixed drinks. So, I mean, definitely multiple use right there. And this is just a really cool knife. It opens easy. And even the blade is multicolor. And I will tell you guys, it is pretty sharp. So, if you do win one, be careful because it will cut. I mean, it might not be the sharpest knife, that you've owned, but yeah, don't take it for granted. It's pretty sharp. So anyway, let me get this giveaway tool pulled up here and we'll do a giveaway. So we have 29 entries so far. Let me get out my handy dandy notebook so I can write down the winner. And we'll give everybody just another quick minute to get their hashtags in there. Let's see. Skinny multi-knife tonight. All right, we're up to 30.
That's good.
I see a few more still coming in. Yeah, I think if you put them in like 2 or 3 times, it gives you better odds. No, the giveaway tool just picks it up. So anyway,
I think that's why
it's
the
in there
number's not going up,
correctly.
right?
hashtag HBN129 with no spaces. Capital letters don't matter. So anyway, that should get you entered. It automatically just picks up the side chat. So anyway, alrighty, man, we've not had a countdown from Mexico, I don't think, ever on this show. So, Hasbro, would you like to count us down from our southern state down there?
3, 2, 1, go!
Round and round it goes.
Hey,
Levi
congratulations.
McReynolds. Congratulations, buddy. Now, you do have to be present to win.
He's there.
Yeah, I just saw.
Yeah,
just
I
listened.
seen there. Yeah, he was saying hi to Dale just a minute ago. So
There we go.
Levi, say something out in the side chat, and for confirmation, there he is.
Hey.
He says, "I'm here." All right, congratulations, buddy. A new winner. Actually, I don't know if I've seen you on this chat before.
Yeah,
so
congratulations.
awesome. Good to have you on here.
Hey, Hillbilly, I don't know if you noticed, by the way, I counted down properly, unlike Cooter.
Yeah.
Muy bueno.
I was waiting for that Uno. And oh man. So Levi, down along the bottom of the page where that ticker's scrolling across, you'll see my email address. It is AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com. So if you can email me at AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com, and he says he was at the last live. Awesome. Good to have you back, brother. But anyway, email me at AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com and give me the name and address that you want to send to. And if the name on the address is different than Levi McReynolds, please include this screen name along with the name you want sent to. That way there's not any confusion there, you know. And so anyway, congratulations, buddy. You're a proud owner of a skinny multicolor knife. Yeah, and Dale says, do it within 3 days. Yeah. And the reason for that is because, like, in the past, like, it might be 2 months later, and I get an email, and I'm like, I don't know what this is about. You know, and like, so yeah, we want to get it out to you as fast as we possibly can, as fast as the mail will ship it, anyhow. And so, yes, congratulations. And so we'll go ahead and start going around the room here. But first of all, I want to thank the VIPs. And now we do have some VIP members that is not listed on here, and I apologize for that. I will get your name on here. And also on my video credits too. But the VIPs make it possible for these giveaways. So when people become a member, which I call VIPs because in mine and Aim's eyes, you guys are VIPs, very important people. And anyway, we take that finances that come into your membership and we turn around and we use it all right back on the giveaways. So the VIPs are the ones sponsoring the giveaways. And so we sure appreciate you all very much for doing that. And, just can't thank you enough. So let's just go ahead and start down there in Mexico. Hasbro, what you got going on in Mexico?
I hope in about 6 days I have a trip back to the U.S. That's what I really hope I have.
Awesome.
Yeah, so got a couple of videos out today. One just having a lot of fun, and then I got to get back just so I can shoot some more. And I hope to do that a week from today. Be at the range again. We'll see.
You betcha. Yeah, good. Looking forward to what you got coming up, buddy. Get back from Mexico and
Yeah, I guess I didn't say exactly one of the things that's hot on my list is shooting Hornady A-tip bullets in my 6.5 Creedmoor. These things have been out a long time, but these are the machined aluminum tips. They package them all, and they're produced in a serial number. So you literally get like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the production, and they're all weighted and just controlled really tight. So they should be good, but I'm going to prove whether they are or not. And we're going to do it at 100, 200, and 400 yards, and we're going to see what happens. So I look forward to doing that one. I want to get my Creedmoor out.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to that. And yeah, make sure you guys go and check out Hasbro's channel. Always some great stuff over there. And subscribe if you're not. And also, if you're out in a side chat there and you have a channel and you'd like to plug, just like Ron 2A Matters here, make sure you put it out there. And so go check out Ron's channel. And let's see, we had Gorgeous jump on here. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Foxtrot, you been on there long enough. It moved you up to a 1 instead of a new member. And so,
Hey, Hillbilly. You
yeah.
know, one other thing I forgot to mention, I did that video today and we were talking about other videos.
Yes.
Maybe I'll do Cooters crying to Van Halen.
Yeah, and Hasbro put out a really funny video today. If you've not seen, like, we did like a little collab on the can cutting contest that Hasbro's having going on. That it's really fun contest anyhow. But we had my buddy Cooter do a collab with his cousin, and so Hasbro took that and with some work with the AI ended up putting up a song along with that beginning video. So it was really funny. I enjoyed that. Yeah, we also got Boomer's Listens out there, which I hope we can hear about that next. So yeah, go check out Hasbro. And anyway, Gary, what you got coming up, buddy?
Oops. I don't know how to operate this thing. Let's see. Trying to think. Monday, I've got my, excuse me, my live stream, Foul Territory, 9 p.m. Central. And for my channel members, every Wednesday night at 8:30, we have a members chat where we get together. I usually give away one of the knives I've reviewed, stuff like that. So got a couple review videos to do. Plus, I saw this Boomer Listens guy out there, and I kind of know him. So he's got a pretty good channel where he does music listens and reviews to recent music from the standpoint of someone who is a senior American. So somebody who's not exposed to today's music reacting to it, which has been a lot of fun. I've listened to a lot of different things and discovered some people that I really like and stuff like that. Some music I didn't care for too, but hopefully everybody enjoy it. We've got about, I think, almost 24 videos up now. So
wow,
moving right along.
Yeah.
So that's what I got going on.
Yeah, and you did that song on Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
And that was really good. I was really impressed with the people that redid that. That was a lot of fun. And Hasbro, I don't know if he'll be doing a reaction to your new song, Betty Jean, or
yeah, that'd be funny.
But if you get a chance, because you mentioned you couldn't see the video, and that was purely because of copyright. I had to redo that thing
Oh,
about 5
really?
times. Yeah, I made it lighter, lighter, and then I had to make it tiny, almost postage stamp size, and put it down the corner of the screen. They finally passed it, but yeah,
Really?
go to Benson Boone's YouTube channel, and he's got
Yeah.
it right on there. It's great to watch. He does at the beginning of the set, he does a backflip off the top of the piano onto the stage, which was pretty cool. And then at the end, he got back up on the piano. He was right next to Brian May, who was playing the guitar, and he jumped clear over him. It was just spectacular. This guy
Yeah,
was
after
doing
I watched
backflips
yours,
and everything else. It was a good show.
yeah, after I watched yours, I couldn't see the video that very good. And anyway, that's why I commented. I assume he knew that, but I was like, well, maybe he don't know we can't see it that well. But you were talking about the backflip and all that, so I went over and watched the video after I watched yours. So it was really good.
It's pretty cool that the stage setup and everything, all the background singer, they must have spent a small fortune putting that show on. But anyway, that's what I got. Thanks for having me.
All righty. Well, good stuff, guys. Go make sure you go over check out Gizzard Gary and his other channel, Boomer Listens. And really quick, we're not going to go anywhere, so stay tuned. I will be right back, but we do have a commercial.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
Yes. Make sure you go check out DM Foss's show coming on later on tonight. And you think, why is it that late? Well, he is over on the West Coast. So it's not late for him. And so anyway, yes, please go and check out Foss's show tonight. Always fun. He has a fun bracket every now and then. And so anyway, thank you all. So Garage Guy, what you got coming up, brother?
Well, after I get done talking, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I got an early morning. Mike, I'm going to send you a text after I get off here. Also, I uploaded my very first video to Rumble. It was just a test video to see if the uploading process was any different in YouTube, which it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Actually, it seemed to be easier.
Oh, good. Cool.
Also, my good buddy Greg Newton at the Line Quest Fitness channel uploaded a new video here tonight. When you get a chance, go over there to his channel, check it out. He probably has the best defensive revolver drill videos here on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Also, my secondary channel, Garage Guy 879.2, I'm going to be uploading something on it tomorrow evening. A toy made back in the Soviet Union back in the 60s. And as far as my Garage Guy 879 channel, I've got 4 videos in the works. All I got to do to finish them off is do the shooting sequences, and they'll be done.
Awesome.
Mike, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed y'all's company. Moondog, good to see you. Hasbro, Gary, everybody on the panel, everybody over there in the side chat. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll catch you later.
All right, buddy. Well, appreciate you being here. Everybody go check out Garage Guy 879. And what year did you say that toy was?
It was made back in the 60s. If you'll hang on a minute, I'll get it right here and flash it in front of the camera.
Okay.
Be right with you.
Well, Around here, our toys back in the 60s was just a stick. And I still got some of them around. So
That's like a version 1.0 of Lincoln Logs, right?
yeah.
That translates to Auto Track. It's a simple wind-up toy, and it's
Cool.
made out of tin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Well, be looking forward to that video, buddy.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, buddy. We'll
Night.
see you. Go check out Garage Guy. Always some great stuff over there. And Moondog, I know you must usually get out here a little early.
I
And I
know.
forgot to ask you. I apologize for that.
I'm just going with the flow.
So what do you got coming up, brother?
Oh, got a bunch of stuff and just want to let you guys who are still out there know I've got 2 giveaways going on right now this month. One of them is for a set of Pro Hear electronic earmuffs.
Oh my.
And those are actually pretty nice. If you guys ever used Howard Light Impact Sports, which have been on my go-to ear pro for many years, these are designed to be compatible with the pad, so that they physically they look very similar to the Howard Lights, except that the switch is a slightly different. It's like a 90-degree orientation to the Howard Lights, and they actually are a little bit louder. You can crank up the volume a little bit louder. Anyway, you can you can get a chance to win a pair. And let me just post up the link here. Let me just find my notes here. You can go find information over on my website at moondogindustries.com/contest. But this is for the May 25 contest URL that I'm posting directly right now. And also, as it turns out, another scope company wanted me to try out one of their LPVOs, and this is the Easy Shoot 1 to 6 LPVO, and they're letting me give away one of these as well. So,
wow.
Yeah, so check out moondogindustries.com/contest. You'll find links to both of those contests, and you can enter. It's absolutely free. You just have to subscribe to my travel channel, which is Moondog Go, and upload a screenshot that you are subscribed. And I'll just post up here a link for everybody if you aren't. Many of you folks already are already subscribed. Just take a screenshot and upload it to both of those contest pages, and you can be entered into both of those contests. And I'll be drawing the winner at the end of the month for those cool giveaways that I have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I have is where you enter contest. It's scrolling down below. moondogindustries.com/contest. And like I said, there's his Moondog Go. So awesome. Yeah, you always have some great prizes, every month to give away over there. And then let's not forget about your live stream.
Oh, yeah. So at Wednesdays, I have my live stream, TMI Live, and that's at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Pacific time. Those are all at the same time, different places. So tune in. We're going to have Gary Gary is going to be joining me as my guest this Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about nuclear reactors, and we're going to be talking about knives and SHOT Show. So we're going to have an interesting chat at the end of the show. And I almost forgot. I just got this in the mail today. I just got back from the range where I was doing my monthly RSO duty, volunteer duty, and this bad boy showed up.
Oh, there you
go. Yes, this has been
nice.
This finally got shipped. This was supposed to ship last month, and they were been delayed because they said because of the tariff. And so they finally started shipping these things. So I'm looking forward to trying this thing out. This new chrono. This is basically like a clone. It looks very much like the Garmin, but it's like $300 less or $200 less than the Garmin. So we're going to see how well it actually I'm sure it's going to give pretty good readings. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to tell if it's accurate though, because yeah, I guess I'm going to have to borrow somebody's Garmin or somebody else's chrono.
Just reach out to Garmin and say, hey, send me one of those.
Got a serious discount.
I already had this one, so if you want to stay competitive,
Dog, I'll
you need
make
to
you a
send me
deal.
one
You
of
ship me your Maven scope, I'll ship you my Garmin.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And now I've now that's the
this is the Athlon one.
Athlon.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a few reviews on those, and excuse me, they're so far what I've seen, they're holding up with the Garmin's.
Well, maybe not, because I just
maybe not
dropped
that one. The
Not
rest of them
now.
are.
That's the giveaway for next month.
There's the giveaway one. Oh man.
All right, so yeah,
man says faster than the Garmin.
That could be part of his review, drop testing.
Yeah, there you go. You already drop tested it.
There you go.
Do a hillbilly wiffle bat.
Cool. $300 gift card. And yeah, awesome. I did get to test out a Garmin. They are really sweet, and so I'm really excited for the Athlon coming out with that one, cheaper, because the Garmin I tested out was when we were doing a fundraiser, and so a lot of these awesome people sent in prizes for giveaways for people that donated, and so the fella that donated this one, when he sent it to me, he said, hey, if you want to, I mean, it's brand new in the box. He said, go ahead and do a video on it, if you want. And so I got to test it out a little bit and then put it right back in the box. And I was like, oh my goodness, this thing works so well. So,
Hey, Moondog. Well, sorry, one thing to watch for. See if you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Lab Radar for a long time, and I sold it and got the Garmin, and I didn't realize that when I did it, I gave up downrange velocity readings. So
yes,
it gives you one reading. Whereas the Lab Radar, you could get multiple points and you could calculate ballistic coefficients. I don't know if that new one does it. Garmin doesn't.
Not that I could see from the manual. It explicitly, even when you turn it, gives you a specific distance that you have to place the unit relative to the muzzle.
Right.
And I didn't find any sub menus in there to adjust for the range of measurement.
Well, what the Lab Radar did, it just gave you data. So it would say you tell it whatever yardages, and it give you a 10-yard speed, a 20-yard speed, a 50-yard speed, whatever, and then you could calculate BCs. But Garmin didn't do it. So.
Well, maybe it's just you're more of an engineer than I am. I'm figuring because the lab's got such a bigger panel to measure with that it could do that that little thing couldn't.
Yeah.
Hillbilly was going to test for that, but he gave it away too quick.
But I did see though, like Hasbro and yours, it was testing down low enough even for the speeds of a BB gun.
Yeah, I was shooting 170 feet per second and went down to no problem.
Yeah, this has got settings that I haven't tried it out, but for archery as well. So I'm sure it'll go down to practically baseball speed. So we'll see. I'll find out.
Yeah. And see, well, I think both of them is up to 4,000 foot per second.
Let me see.
Basically, or 4,000 or 5,000. Basically a mile. Or was it? How many?
I think I was seeing like it when I did the initial like quick start setting, it was giving me two different options, and the higher one was like 6,000 feet per second.
Or 6,000, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, for the rifle up to 5,000 feet per second. 1,800 to 5,000 is the higher setting, and the lower setting is 600 to 1,800. And let me just see what the other got. Archery, air gun, other. Okay, what is the other? Okay, so for other, you got a range. It can go. The bracket goes as low as 65 feet per second, and as high as 5,000 feet per second on the third
Okay.
bracket. So yeah, I could even test out airsoft guns with this thing.
Yeah, and I didn't know they went that high until Matt over on Demo Ranch. They tested that. Oh man, it's like a 22 Magnum bullet in like a 5.56 or something
Right.
like that. What's that called? Anybody know?
I don't
But
remember what he called it. But yeah.
it's shooting 5,000 foot per second.
Woo!
Fastest
And
I've done.
Garmin was picking it up.
Yeah, the Garmin says 100 to 5,000 feet, and I've got it down as low as 160, 170 feet, and it read it. I've never got to 5,000. I've done the 4,300 or so, shooting 22-250 loads that I was doing for a guy. So
Wow.
Yeah,
those are barrel burners.
I don't think I'll be testing anything that fast.
You shoot them that fast, and I mean seriously, like 22-50, that 22-250, it literally burns the barrel out. You're less than 1,000 rounds, and you have to replace the barrel. That's how hot those rounds are.
Dang.
So it's cool, but there's a price.
Helping Man says you can measure the speed of shooting marbles. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Wednesday nights are a big night because you start out with Moondog with his live show, and for me it's 5 o'clock Central and 6 Eastern, and then you have Ron Wayne, his membership live show for his members, or it comes on at 7:30 Central. And then right after that, Gizzard Gary, his members show comes on at 9. And so, yeah, my wife was not happy to hear a busy Wednesday night like that. She's like, so what? I guess we'll just get takeout on Wednesday nights because I most usually cook dinner because I work from home. And she's like, really? And she goes, wait till I talk to them fellers. And I was like, hey, it's a fun night for me. So yeah. Oh man. So yes, go check out Moondog 2A. And along with the rest of his channels, Moondog Go, Moondog Reviews.
Yeah, I'll post up the links on that in the side chat.
Yeah, and Helping Man says, or break out the slingshot. There you go. Get the old wooden slingshot with rubber bands and grab a couple acorns. See if it'll pick it up. And Moondog's putting his links out there, so go check them out. And it is just a little past the top of the hour, and so we're going to be calling it a night. We really appreciate each and every one of you being here. You guys are awesome. I mean, the side chat. I mean, I want to thank. Well, first of all, I want to thank the panel for being on here. Otherwise, it'd just be me, and nobody want to sit here and listen to me. But also the side chat. You guys are awesome because if you guys weren't here, it'd just be us like talking to each other, and that'd be a little fun, but not as much fun as we have with the side chat on here. So anyway, we do appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. Can't say enough about all of you, and also the VIPs that sponsor the giveaways. Really, really appreciate them. And so let's go ahead and we'll end it with this. Remember, God, family, country. Make make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing y'all again. Everybody say goodnight.